When I opened my small photography studio, I promised clients perfection. Smooth skin, whiter smiles, brighter skies. Everyone wanted to look a little more like someone they'd never been, and I became a skilled curator of beautiful lies. Then one day, a man walked in holding an old Polaroid as carefully as one might hold a wounded bird. It was torn at the edge, faded to sepia. "Can you fix this?" he asked, his voice quiet but clear. "Sure," I said automatically, my mind already on cloning tools and healing brushes. "I'll restore it." He shook his head, his eyes holding a depth I hadn't noticed at first. "Not restore, just print it big, just as it is." I squinted at the photo. It showed him and a woman, maybe 30 years younger, sitting on a beach. Her face was half shadowed, wind whipping her hair, his arm frozen mid-laugh. "You don't want me to clean it up?" I asked, pointing to the screen. "Remove the spots, the scratches, the grain?" He smiled gently, a look of profound understanding on his face. "Those scratches are the only parts I remember. They sound like her voice when I look at them." He told me she'd passed the year before. They'd been married 45 years. He'd taken that photo the week they met, with a camera he'd borrowed just for the occasion. She said it was terrible, said I caught her mid-blink, but I kept it because it was the first time I made her laugh, a real, unguarded sound I fell in love with. When I printed the enlarged version, the grain was rough, the edges uneven, every flaw magnified into a part of the story. He studied it for a long time, his finger tracing the line of her shoulder, then said, "You can see the moment, can't you? How alive it was, just for that second." I nodded, the air in the studio feeling different, more sacred. "It's beautiful," I said, and for the first time, I truly meant it. He paid in cash, then left, carrying his treasure. The next morning, I found another envelope on my doorstep, weighted with a small stone. Inside was a note that read, "Thank you for not erasing the proof that we were real." No signature, just that simple, devastating truth. After that, I started asking clients a new question. Do you want flawless or true? Some still wanted flawless, and I respected that. But others, especially the older ones, would pause, then say, "True, let's keep it true." I started noticing the details I'd spent years, digitally deleting the mole on a cheek that was the first thing a child learned to recognize. The wrinkle that was a map of a lifetime of laughter, not a flaw to be corrected. One day, a bride came back, her eyes filled with tears. "You left my scar," she said, pointing at a faint line on her shoulder in the wedding album. "I told you to remove it." I braced for anger, ready to apologize and offer a re-edit. She continued, her voice trembling. "But thank you. It's from the bicycle accident that introduced me to my husband. He was the nurse in the emergency room. I almost forgot. It was part of our story." Now, when people ask what kind of photography I do, I tell them, the kind that remembers things as they were, not as they wish they'd been. I keep a copy of that original grainy Polaroid on my wall. It reminds me that perfection has no sound, no texture, no history. But truth hums softly forever, a song only a heart can hear. Beauty doesn't live in what we edit out, it lives in the flaws that prove we were really there.